Welcome back to the second part of our doubleheader of the World Doom League Summer 2021 quarterfinals this Sunday. I am Xenaero, and this time I am joined by KBlair, who we just saw in a decisive victory from his team, the Superchargers, advancing to the semifinals. Hello, Blair.
How's it going, Nick? It's Xenaero. I'm doing pretty well. A little worn out from the 4-round series I just played, but now I'm ready to watch some Doom instead of play it. We got Domain versus Dosu and Friends. Can't wait.
Now, when we're talking, we only got 5 minutes till game time, so let's just get right into it. It's a best of 5. What are we seeing from Domain?
So, from Domain, they burst into the playoffs fresh off a 2-0 win over the Demos Patriots last week. Tied, a veteran WDL captain, will need to use that experience to best another team who also lost early, but found out how to win in the middle of the season. Last week, Captain Ty played offense with 2 points off 15 touches, good for 13%. Nexus 6 played hard defense with 12 flag defenses, 1 flag allowed in the entire game, pretty good numbers there. And Legion played mid with 1 point off 15 touches, good for a 6% ratio. Now, Domain are favored as the higher seed going into this match as the blue team, but they must face Dosu and Friends, a team that has found their footing in the last few weeks of the season, just like Domain has. Now, matching up against Dosu and Friends, Domain and Dosu and Friends have never met in the regular season, so no real team knows what to expect from each other. Team Captain Ty will likely play offense here again, a position he's not known for, despite his years of veteran play, usually known as a defensive-heavy player. He'll need some help from Legion in order to secure that dub. Now, Nexus 6, WDL rookie at Nexus 6, is looking to get the nod here on defense, a tall order for someone making his WDL rookie playoff debut. And finally, the third, Venerable Legion. He is likely to play mid here for his team, helping. He's going to have to balance helping Ty to create offensive pressure. He's also going to need to help Nexus 6 clear his own base. Now, I'm going to throw it over to Xenaero to let us know about the team on red, Dosu and Friends.
Thank you, Blair. Now, Dosu and Friends, they won 2-0 against Wasted Potential last week, the final week of the regular season. Dosu and Friends got their team together when it mattered and entered the playoffs with a bang. Now, last week, Team Captain Dosu played defense. X-Wiz and Chain played a mixture of mid and offense. Dosu and Friends will be playing their home field map. Well, might be playing it less than Domain. They'll be playing it in rounds 3 and 4 if we get that far. But if they can take 1 or 2 maps from Domain, they have a good shot at winning in regulation. Now, matching up against Domain, Dosu and Friends found their footing late in the season and hope to continue that upward trend against their opponents today. Leader Dosu is expected to play defense again to have the best shot for his team to win. The Dosu versus Ty battle in his own base will be a hectic one. Chain and X-Wiz are expected to switch between mid and offense together. Their proficiency is part of the reason they were able to turn their season around. Now, when we're talking about Map 1 and Map 25, we're talking about these 2 maps right here.
Welcome to the home field of Domain, Redshift. Redshift is a linear map with blue and green armors and multiple routes in and out of the base. The upper route provides a super shotgun and a vantage point over the enemy flag. The shorter path provides a drop down directly into the flag room. You can throw the switch, grab the flag, and take a teleporter out through the short route. Head back through mid and into your base for a capture. This map will be seen in rounds 1 and 2. The following map will be seen in rounds 3 and 4, and then alternate from that point on until a winner is decided. Welcome to the home field of Dosu and Friends, Infection. Infection is a frag-heavy map comprised of a central narrow path between red and blue teams. Alternatively, there is a route from the midpoint up to a side entrance that will provide hard cover. In addition, a flag runner can activate a gate to escape out to mid, where their team can effectively cover them for a capture. The playoffs are determined in a best-of-5 format, where each round, the team with 5 flag captures or the team with the most flag captures at the end of 10 minutes is the winner.
And that will do it for our overview of the home field maps. We'll be seeing Redshift first as we get into the server. Blair, any, well, I don't want to say last words, but any final words before we switch it over?
Yeah, this is our much closer seeding in this matchup than the other previous 2 games, so it's gonna, whatever, nothing is certain, but what is certain is that this is gonna be a complete barnstormer.
It's definitely going to be a hell of a time. I mean, we're getting right into the game time with Dosu and Franks already on the red team, ready to go. Eager to start off this series, and Domain Legion joining for the blue team. Now we're waiting on the rest of his team to file in. Well,
Yep, should be a matter of seconds here. I believe every member of the teams, both teams are available to play, which is always nice. You like to see teams show up for the scheduled time, as a bare minimum.
I mean, hey, it's gone off pretty well for the most part. Teams showing up on time is always a blessing. But the real winners today are definitely you, the viewers. Without you guys, we wouldn't be broadcasting it with and doing our little production week after week. We're happy to bring the World Doom League to you. If you miss a game, if you missed a game during this doubleheader, or any game this season, we have all the VODs uploaded on our YouTube account. Be sure to go to doomleague.org, and there's a link to it conveniently located on the right side of the page.
Yes. Watch one, watch all, binge the whole season. We don't care. What's important is you watch.
Please watch. Oh, jeez. Well, we're waiting on the rest of Domain to file in. It should be, I mean, I think we're just missing the key component of Domain. In fact, their team captain, Ty, who is, sometimes notoriously late.
Fashionably late is what we would call Ty.
Anyway, with Redshift, it's, the overview covered it pretty well, but blue armor will be pretty critical to control. We can't see it right now. It's currently invisible, not, detectable. It's there, rest assured. But with that 50% damage reduction, that's going to be really key for a lot of players. I mean, even to control mid and deny the blue armor possession for the other team. It's, it's very handy. Players are going to have to time it. Fortunately, in Doom, it's very easy to time an item. It's not based on if the holder is below a certain threshold, like in Quake. It's 30 seconds flat from the moment it's picked up. Should be pretty easy. Everyone can count to 30, right?
Yeah, that blue armor spawn tends to be a very popular place for both teams to hang out. Like when one team notices the other team is standing there, they're like, well, they must know the timing. I must stand there as well. And then someone takes the blue armor like a condor taking lunch from a fox. It's terrific.
It's a pretty good analogy. I like it. But we're just killing time, waiting for the last player required to even start this game, this quarterfinals matchup. It's a best of 5. If we don't have a winner, or rather a team that has an advantage an advantage after the end of round 5, we'll be going into overtime. No ties are allowed. So if we're looking at a 2-2 spread at the end of round 5, we'll be seeing it flip back over to this map for round 6, and then to map 25 for round 7, and so on. Or at least I think I had that backwards. My brain is fried.
All right. Actually, I think it was correct. we haven't seen this season any rounds go to overtime yet, so that is something that we would have, like, still yet to be seen and would like to see. I love it when rounds go to overtime because the game just expands that much more. Like, your own team could... Well, actually, it looks like Ty is joined.
The man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. He is here to lead his team into this best-of-5 matchup. This quarterfinals match to determine which of these two teams will face Team Onslaught, which we saw last night with a extremely decisive victory. The record-breaking kind of victory that will make either of these two teams have to practice hard, but they have to get there first, so we'll be getting into round 1 of Domain and Dosu and friends. Starting off right now. Starting off watching Xwiz, who grabs the blue armor, the first possession in this game. That 50% reduction hopefully will be very key for him trying to come out of the base. He misses the med kit, but gets out to mid. Not enough health to speak of. And that flag gets returned.
A little rough when the defender spawns right behind you while you're running out with the flag. But good run nonetheless. Just very unlucky.
Swapping over to Nexus 6, who is made his World Doom League debut this season and has played very well against the Titanic powers that have played for decades, in fact, since we've started an organized captured flag league. It's exciting to see new blood come in. Meanwhile, Legion tries to get out of the flag, but can't even get past the entryway without getting blasted, and the flag gets returned. We might be in for a long haul round as teams are feeling each other out. Only 1 minute off the clock, 9 more minutes to go. Chain with very little health, and, we swap over and he's already dead, so no problem there.
It looks like Dosu and friends has the blue armor timing. This is the third one I've seen them pick up.
Very important. In fact, something to notice, something to note. Chain is well experienced in the Quake franchise, and as part of that franchise, you have to time things well. It's always handy to have a player that can time a power-up item like blue armor on a map like this. Chain's out through the top route, too. He might be able to get the support he needs. Stops to grab the blue armor for just a second. That flag gets dropped in return, but Legion is out up top, takes the teleporter, and, well, both flags back on the pedestal.
Yeah, that blue armor grab was pretty risky, but it worked out. He denied to the other team, and made sure that the Domain couldn't have a run based on that return. So good job by Chain there.
Ty on offense with 27 health, and before he can even read off his health, he was already dead. Defense from both teams, and even the mid play, collapsing back and returning the flag, making sure that we're not looking at a standoff situation, or if even to lead a flag out. This is definitely going to be a hard-fought home field for Domain.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is both teams not missing much. Every time I switch to somebody, they just have a full red screen and a respawning. These are some heavy hitters here.
We've only gotten 3 minutes into the first round, and so far the frags are looking pretty tight between the two teams, 55 to 52. The defensive players for both teams topping the scoreboard, as would be expected in a traditional capture flag setup, where you have one defensive player, a mid player, and an offensive runner. A Ty picks up a pickup dropped by Legion. Needs to stop getting run into his team. That's not even a sentence, but Domain now has one flag on the board.
Yeah, so Ty ran into absolutely everything, but he had such good cover that it didn't even matter. That was a nice job by Domain for securing that flag.
So that's going to be first blood. Now, Dosu and Frank's going to need to have a response to this if they want to take some of the momentum away from Domain and bring it onto their side, especially considering that Team Red is not playing on their home field of choice.
We almost flag kept there. If Chain would have jumped off, like, maybe they could have made it, but it was a good try.
Ty picks it up from Legion, but can't get it further past the midpoint. Pickup captures are going to be pretty critical on this map, considering how wide open and frag heavy it is. Xwiz out with 5. but it will probably be... Oh, it got picked up? But then it eventually got returned at the midway point. Teams are going to have to really come together, cover their runner, and rely a lot on those one-hit super shotgun blasts. I mean, you have to be pretty close and very accurate even still. Even more so if the enemy runner has mega armor.
Yeah, I'm seeing Dosu and Friends' runner just not even pick up the SSG, just shave off that couple of seconds, just run in with the shotgun. Just try and generate that offensive pressure needed in order to score.
Well, as we learned, even a flag touch can be critical for a team to prevent the enemy team from pushing up all the way. Because, you know, they do have to have somebody at the base. They have to have somebody guarding their own flag. Both flags clearing the pedestal. X-Wiz, 20 health in his own base, needs the flag returned, gets shot through the grating. And a last-second return from Nexus. Excellent work there for Domain, preventing the response that would have tied up the round.
Yeah, huge play in his WDL rookie playoff debut, Nexus 6. Stops a capture, a sure capture there with his shotgun through the fence.
Ty barely makes it around the corner before the flag gets dropped. I mean, not compared to our previous game, these maps are extremely slugfest friendly. We probably will be seeing a game of inches between both teams. Lots of pickup captures, if any at all.
And as expected, this blue armor area is just a meat grinder. Ooh, as Legion has a nice pickup here.
It's a nice pickup, but you still have to clear mid. You have to have that support to at least clear spawns behind you. Enemy could be bearing down on top of you. A pickup won't mean a whole lot as they just redouble their efforts to return it. But we'll be, I mean, we were already past the halfway point, time limit-wise. It's 10 minutes per round, and we got 3.5 left on the clock. A 1 flag advantage for Domain.
Back half of this game, I still see Dosu and Friends dominating the blue armors, but a lot of them are just denial grabs where they die immediately after they grab it. So it's not really that much of a big advantage for them.
Frag count remains pretty even, 128 to 121. No team having a really a breakout performance in terms of power. But Legion's across. But it gets returned by Chain. Last second return, preventing a 2-0 from happening. Excellent work from Dosu and Franks, which mirrors the Domain denial that we saw only a few minutes ago. So flags are getting across and into their own flag rooms, but they're getting returned like inches from the pedestal.
Yeah, Legion thought he was home free there, but he turned the last corner and Chain says square up. Just a one-shot kill, didn't even get his shot off. It was beautiful by Chain.
Meanwhile, flipping over to Team Captain Dosu, who's taking a more MiG slugfest role, tries to do damage at the minimum. It has to deal with a player jumping past him, go for the flag, but because they can't clear Dosu, he's able to return the flag easily within his own base.
Really seeing some vanilla CTF play here. You know, both teams are playing it straight. One runner, one mid, one D. No sort of tempo changes. No like all low, no all D. Try to get them off center. Just you know, playing it by the book.
X-Wiz strafe running, like, doesn't even adjust his angle, gets into his own flag rim, but there's no support there to clear it. They can't clear the base. Flag is out. Legion 5, 0 health. It can get picked up. They have to get up the stairs, though. It's picked up by 2 players immediately, but it gets returned by Dosu and Franks. What a mess on those steps.
Man, it's just more tighter defense. Dosu and Friends would have had that one.
Ooh, and a telefrag from Dosu, bringing Legion down and returning the flag instantaneously. One person in the teleporter at a time, please. There are safety regulations.
You don't want a situation like The Fly, if you've ever seen that movie. Death is a good compromise than that.
Less than a minute remains, 40 seconds left. This is going to be pretty much it for both runners. They can get maybe 1 or 2 more attempts in. But Legion, with the rest of his team... Oh, and then Legion, even with blue armor, one shot by Chain. A last-second return from a member of Dosu and Franks. Dosu tries to pick up the flag and carry it the rest away. It cannot get taken into the base for a capture. There's no conversion. It's still 1-0, 15 seconds left. Legion can't get far. And we're getting past the point where you can get from flag stand to flag stand. So this will be it for the first round.
Chain and his nightmares. That was the second time Chain just popped up. 200-100 didn't matter. Chain one shot and returned his own flag, denied that other cap. But unfortunately, it doesn't matter because Domain hangs on 1-0. First round.
And it went the full distance of 10 minutes. I mean, this might be a sign of things to come. We have one more round rather, on this map. 30 seconds left in this intermission. What do you think these teams are talking about? Do you think we're going to see a tempo change?
You see, I don't know if Dosu and friends lost that badly to consider that. They might just want to play it straight another round, but obviously they got to think about it. You know, the first round you're not really in too much danger, but you don't want to go back to your home field, you know, down 2 rounds. So there might be a tempo change from Dosu and friends.
And we're getting into round 2 now. 1 point on the board in this series of best of 5 for Domain on their home field. So not too much of a surprise there, but the margin under which they won was razor thin. A slight change from Dosu and Franks could be a complete role reversal for all we know. I mean, Legion was able to hold onto the flag until his own flag got returned. A smart tactical decision from Domain.
Yeah, 30 seconds in, nothing too crazy. Both teams playing very defensive.
And kind of looks so far like pretty much the same layout from both teams. Nothing too crazy. No benches being cleared. I do see a lot of members of Domain kind of pushing up to mid. Chain does get that. Go ahead.
Yes. I was we're about to say the same thing. Chain, again, doing a good job in round 2, getting the blue armors. He's doing a very good job of timing them and collecting them.
Yeah, I'm sure when this is all over and our legendary stacks engine, as orchestrated by KBlair, will show, Chain will probably have a lion's share of armors pick up in the first and second rounds. But Chain, while we're talking about him, grabbed the flag and tried to get out to mid, but the support wasn't there. They need to clear. Every team has to clear, which is easier said than done, but it needs to happen if you're going to convert a touch to a capture.
Yeah, 2 minutes gone. Not a whole lot happening. It's just running 1. Looks like they're running X-Wiz now.
X-Wiz intercepted at mid. I'm not sure the team support was even there. Another runner went into the Domain base we just saw there too, so they might be running kind of like a 2-0. Just go for touches. Legion's across, and the flag gets dropped and returned. Chain, meanwhile, on the other end of the map, has 25 health and a dream, unable to get past the swarm of players that bring him down.
Dosu and friends seems to be getting the flag touches, but they don't seem to be having any staying power in mid. I say that as Chain captures one for his team.
And that'll be first blood in the second round. Dosu and friends taking it 1-0 so far.
Good run by Chain, good cover by Dosu. You know, made it look easy.
The thinnest of margins as well. Any shot would have dropped Chain to there. Bullocks and Doom do 5, 10, or 15 damage to the player. And X-Wiz trying to cover for his carrier, but can't seem to pick a target. Pick something.
Yeah, target selection when there's only two When there's only 2 of you and there's 3 of them, it can be challenging.
And a pickup from Ty on the heels of Legion, but can't seem to get it much further than like another foot. That's not going to be enough for a first down, sorry to say. Chain not.
Ty.
Oh,
All right,
we're seeing
Ty
Ty
have a rough time on offense against Dosu. Dosu seems to be holding down the fort very well. And of course, it's Halloween, or sorry, Hardyween on your screen.
It's very hardy Halloween. Chains across with blue armor, but not a whole lot of health. If they can cover him, he'll be free and clear. Needs to get picked up. It's dropped up top. They might very well be able to do that. Chain actually drops down ahead of the flag runner. Very smart tactical move. So for at least a body block. 2-0 for Dosu and Franks. A momentum shift that they needed in the second round after losing the first. We have a game on our hands.
Absolutely, Dosu and friends. If they're able to split Domain's home field, to be in a great position to win this series.
And a great shot from Legion as we saw him leave the upper part of the enemy base. While they did not get the one-shot kill on Legion, Legion got the one shot on them. Now there's a response. 2-1 in favor of Dosu and Franks, a margin of 1 flag between them.
It's a wonderful play by Legion.
The majority of runs so far have been very low health, if not 5, then lower. We saw Chain capture it with armor and 3 health. So it's hard to get a thinner margin than that. But as long as you got 1 health, those legs are still moving.
Yeah. 1 HP Doom guy is something to be feared for sure.
Frags so far looking like they favor Dosu and Franks a little bit. Almost a margin of 20 frags between them, 112 to 97, showing that they have a little bit extra power as they get underway in round 2. Xwiz tries to get across, but he's kind of strafing the wrong way if he's intending to cover himself, facing the wall and getting blasted. That flag gets returned.
It's a questionable decision. Yeah, because you definitely need to cover yourself sometimes as a runner, and you can't do that when you're facing a wall.
Oh,
of course, when you're stuck in an S.
Who are we to judge?
That's true. I just haven't seen it yet. Maybe I'm just bad.
Chain and Legion meet at the blue base, and it's a mutual return. Both flag carriers looking at each other dead in the eyes, saying, oh, "Excuse me, can I just get by real quick?"
Oh, let me just scooch by you.
Legion dodging multiple super shotgun blasts, but eventually they'll find their mark.
Yeah, Legion had a tough time. When you're being chased by all 3 and you have less than 50 HP, it's not looking good for you. Wow, what a shotgun shot by Dosu.
Yeah, that flag is... I mean, hey, you could even leave that flag in that doorway. There is a bit of a strategy in allowing the flag to kind of sit in a hard-to-reach spot than the pedestal. If it's tougher to get to than the pedestal, then... I mean, hey, it could even be like up against a wall near the pedestal. Anything that inhibits a runner. Teams are incentivized to leave it there.
Yeah, we're even starting to see teams, know that a defender is on their flag, so they won't return it ASAP unless they call to their, their teammates, "Hey, can you take care of the guy in base?" Very smart play from modern doomers. Is that a phrase, modern doomers?
I mean, hey, we look up and down and we can jump. I think that's pretty modern.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, some players look up and down. My Doom guy still has a neck brace on. I can't really speak too much about it. Ooh, a pickup from Ty. Legion carries it halfway across. It gets picked up again. Legion's able to... No! Is it... It gets returned? A return from Xwiz after a 3-person chain pickup. Now Hardyween is Heading out to mid, but doesn't turn around to cover himself. Knows that Doom guy's right behind him. Tai with armor and health. Oh my god. It's a mutual return, but that was a last-second return from X-Wiz to be commended, maintaining the lead that Dosu and Franks has as we get into the final 2 minutes of round 2.
Domain feeling the heat now. They're starting to turn up the offensive pressure and leaving their defender out on an island.
Well, in some games, if you're down by even one flag, you're going to lose the round, so might as well clear the bench and see what you can get done. Chain out, but no support at mid. Flag return. Tai. Steel armor, 5 health. That could be enough? Enough for Legion to pick it up. Can he get it further? He gets dropped again. This time returned. Not picked up a third time, as we saw only a minute ago. 1 minute left.
Dosu with a nice return. Very, very close to the domain base. Had to go off a deep pretty hard in order to get that return, but no ill effects from it, thankfully.
And we see what we talked about a little earlier. Nexus opting not to even return the flag, considering it's in a tough spot for a runner to grab and also jump up top. They would have to spend precious fractions of a second in the base in order to get the flag out. As we see Chain do with armor and 70 health. He's being dogged, but that is going to be another capture for Dosu and Franks. That 50% damage reduction helping Chain get it across, along with the incredible team coverage that was just enough to put it 3-1. And because of the time it takes to get from flag to flag, this will be the end of round 2. The series is now tied.
So it happened. Dosu and friends split Domain's home field, and they will go back to their home field, Infection. Tied 1-1.
Just the scores here. Exciting to see the 1-to-1 counter on the top right for your viewing pleasure. A new addition for the playoffs. We love to bring you games like this. I'm feeling reinvigorated after seeing that, Blair.
Yep, the adrenaline is back into me like a junkie. I'm invigorated.
Oh my god. Doom CTF distilled into a syringe for your pleasure. Please go to doomleague.org to schedule your appointment.
Concentrated Doom right in your veins, right in your eyeballs. Love it.
It's not FDA approved. We can't really advertise that, can we? But we'll be getting into round 3, map 25, Infection, the home field of Dosu and Friends, in just 5 seconds from now. Now, this is, the momentum shift is something we haven't seen so far in the quarterfinals. We're in new territory.
Yep, if this map looks familiar, yes, we've seen it in week 1. This was the week 1 map.
Exactly, and that map proved to be quite a map, an opening crucible for all 10 teams this season. I actually don't know this player. Did we see a victory from Domain or Dosu and Friends in week 1?
So Domain lost to my team, Superchargers, and Dosu and Friends actually lost their week 1 as well.
So both teams having a showdown in the map for week 1, and a last-second return from Domain's Captain Tai, as Chain was cleared across for a bit, but now Legion is across. 7 health. It gets picked up. Can Tai score it? No last-second drop and return from Dosu and Franks in the first minute of round 3. 1-0 in favor of Domain.
Some solid running by both Legion and Tai.
If anything, it underscores how important it is to have a teammate there to pick it up and escort it at least a little bit further down the field so that you can respawn and assist your team. That is what we saw with that run. Teamwork makes the dream work, is what they tell me.
So
but Chain's across, he loses a little bit of momentum as he gets caught on that slanted corner, but he does beat the one player chasing him, has another. A rocket catches him in the teeth as he needs the flag returned. Whoa, that rocket almost returned the flag itself. Tai with 10 health. Can't seem to land a shot on X-Wiz, but does. He gets dropped at mid again. Legion picks it up. He gets dropped, and last-second return from Chain. Excellent work there. Even though Chain had the advantage in his own base, he got swarmed. Chains across. Low health. Legion is waiting and tries to make the run while a player's staring him down. Nexus is out with 50 health. Flag's dropped and returned, but he spawns right behind the flag carrier and returns it himself. Now Legion is able to get across. They were able to clear the way for Legion 2-0 now. For Domain, what on Dosu and Frank's home field? What is happening? Are teams just going to trade wings on each other's home fields?
Still plenty of time left, but that's what it looks like. Unfortunately, Legion stayed behind, and this looks like another cap. Oh man, never mind.
Yeah, intercepted and returned by Nexus. Fantastic work. What happened with Legion?
He stayed behind and was able to get that flag. Unfortunately, Dosu was pushed up to the blue base. So there, he was able to get that capture.
Well, there's still plenty of time for Dosu and Franks to rally together and use the power of friendship to try to bring the score back in their favor in round 3. Hey, you know, we laugh about it, but can't doubt friendship and family.
Family.
Chain 100 health and armor, but if players directly following him, he has to either make some ground or turn around and fight. He made it to his base, but now he's in the same situation he was earlier, where Ty was the carrier last time too. He's just hiding in the base. Oh, and Chain was denied a capture as the other members of Domain came swarming in. A great delay tactic from Team Captain Ty to ensure that
Chain was... Oh man, he was so focused on that gate that he had no idea. He was like, oh, thanks for the turn. Turns around, and there's Legion and Ty just bearing down on him and made the return.
To Chain's credit, he is able to get these flags to his pedestal, but it's been 2 last-second returns that have denied him so far in round 3. And another example of the flag being in an inopportune area, but with it being right next to the switch that opens up the gate, it wasn't really so bad after all. And Dosu picks it up and carries it the rest of the way, has to return it, and then scores it. The flag being out from the pedestal like that gave me a lot of pause for him, because that even in that short amount of time, a member of Domain could have come up and blasted him and done another last-second return. We've seen it over the years in the game servers, haven't we, Blair?
Yeah, luckily for Dosu and friends, there's 2 things you can do as a teammate there. You can either 1, return it, or 2, cover long enough for your runner to return it and score. And they did it. They covered long enough, and fortunately Dosu was able to score it with didn't have to race against the clock for it. Good play by Dosu.
Covered the halfway point, and frags are pretty even. 95 to 100. Dosu and Franks with that tiny advantage, but a margin of 5 frags doesn't mean a whole lot in the world of 3v3 captured flag. But we still have half a round left, and if Dosu and Franks got 1 flag, they can get 2.
Absolutely, and a tie here. While not ideal for Dosu and friends, much better than a win. Or, sorry, much better than a loss.
That's true. I mean, it really... I want to say that this might be one of the most important rounds in this series for these 2 teams. This will determine a lot of momentum going into the next round, which will also be map 25. 4 minutes left. Anything can happen. One thing I've seen from both teams is a lot of great shotgun work, but Legion has the coverage. He was able to burn the defender and get the coverage from his team for 3-1 in favor of Domain.
That was almost too easy for Legion. I mean, he didn't see anybody in mid at all.
Legion got intercepted that time because his entire team was back at the base. They might have just fallen back, or hey, you know, they might have both gotten a back spawn. Like, no spawns towards mid. Those do matter. Sometimes you get a good roll. But at the same time, you have to be in a position to take advantage of that. And Chain's out with 10 health. I expect to see the flag dropped here. Well, Legion's out with armor and 60 health if his team can cover it. Dosu and Frank's not able to land a decisive shot on Legion. 4-1. Momentum has shifted into Domain's favor.
Good. Now it looks like they're clearing the benches. Not seeing much defense. I say that as Chain's out, but unfortunately his flag is out.
Chain getting caught on a little bit of geometry there. Has a player behind him, and he knows that, but he gets a refresher of a medkit and some armor. Flag is taken, and the carrier Ty goes out the opposite way, knowing that Chain was located on the other end of the flag base. Flag base? That's what we're calling it now.
Legion being a little sneaky snake there, standing on the flag, waiting for it to get returned. And now he's got a free touch.
Yeah, Legion is out. I'm not sure any of the enemy team knows where he is. Well, they do now. And he gets returned. Just in time for... We didn't even get to look over to see who scored it. They were already on the pedestal, 4-2. There's definitely time for this to swing back around to Dosu and Frank's favor, but it may not be this round, as Legion has an excellent run running up the ramp to secure the 5th and final flag of the 3rd round.
And that puts Domain into match point. So that will, the next win will send them into the semi-final round. So
yeah,
Dosu and Friends, pressure's on.
Pressure, it's do or die for Dosu and Franks. They have to win this next round on their home field. It'll be the counters changed up at the top there. Round 4, 2-1 in favor of Domain. It's a best of 5. Dosu and Franks has to win this next round, or at least at the very minimum, they have to tie it and then win round 5 to force overtime. Now, look at the frag count, 150 to 151. The difference is technique and the synergy that these teams have been able to provide for each other.
Domain seems to be pretty good at just exploding into mid. Dosu and Friends tend to try and tail, and they got them burned at least 2 flags, but now we start round 4.
And it's match point for Domain, the boys in blue. Legion, try and find a switch, brother. There it is. Grab the medkit and the armor. He's out, but intercepted. Took a little bit too long.
Yeah, your run doesn't look good when you spend 5 seconds trying to find that switch.
To be fair, that switch is difficult to hit under pressure, but you gotta hit it. This is what you're in the quarterfinals for. You're a playoff contender, and you as a player, it's up to you to make these plays happen. So far, Domain has been able to do so, but if they are not careful, Dosu and Franks is going to take the momentum and swing it the other way. Ty is out with armor and health. That 33% damage reduction the green armor does give you. It's going to help you, but not if you get blasted in the face. But the coverage is good for Ty. First flag, I see his corpse flies across the flag stand. 1-0. And an early lead for Domain. What is Dosu and Franks going to do now?
Well, it certainly puts Domain in a position where they can now control the game. They can change tempo. They can play a little bit more defensive, because now, as long as they win 1-0, they win the whole thing.
Yeah, at the very minimum, Dosu and Franks needs a flag capture on the board. And X-Wiz is out, but excellent self-cover there from X-Wiz. That flag needs to be returned, and it needs to be returned right now. Not soon enough. Nexus returns the flag and grabs it on his own way out, but he's getting intercepted. It's a double. It's a collateral clear from Ty. A pickup from Legion, and Chain is already out on the other side of the field. Needs to get that flag returned. Dosu and Franks, the pressure's on. Chain not helping his teammate with that rocket. It slows the momentum down severely. Decides to try to defend himself with the rocket launcher. Legion's on the pedestal. It gets returned just in time for Chain to score it 1-1.
A nice cleanup from Dosu and Friends of the pressure that would remain. Very, very good, good play. A lot of experience showing there. Clearing their own base. Making sure that rebound is not going to happen.
And Ty's free and clear. 30 health, a well-placed boomstick shot, and a block from his teammate as Chain returns the flag. Excellent last-second return. This series is alive and well.
Man, I love good boomstick kills. 2 in a row from Chain to return that one.
And it's tough. I mean, you know, when you spawn on that corner shotgun spawn, that's like, you come around the corner, your carrier's in your face, you have no time to react. Very unlucky, but fortunate for Chain there to take advantage of the situation as it unfolded. Legion tries to get out with 20 health, no dice. Chain goes for a run himself, but too many players in the base. Oh my goodness.
Chain's Uzui doing a good job getting penetration and getting out with the flag. Mid coverage, unfortunately, is another story.
Mid coverage on this map is notoriously difficult due to the shifting offense and defense, you know, balance, but you can't really cover all of mid from one spot on this map. It's very difficult.
Yeah, unfortunately, this map, the gameplay evolves to several different places on the map, and it's hard to tell where you're exactly needed.
Ty with the next touch on the board. Well, 20 health, not going to be enough if you just run out like that. No support at mid, and 20 health is rarely enough to even cross end-to-end on a wide open mid like this. Not a whole ton of hard cover, as the crow flies anyways.
We're seeing a lot more defensive play at 1-1 from both teams. We'll see if Ty, I've noticed, is falling back a lot more as Legion gets out here.
Legion's out, gets in one shot on Ty, but 4 health is not enough to secure it the rest of the way, and not able to get a pickup from the rest of his team. Now it's 5 minutes left. We're coming up on the halfway point. Frags are about even, 92 and 89.
Pain having a really rough time getting out of their own base here.
I mean, we switch over to a carrier like Legion, or anyone really. I mean, they get dropped very quickly. Neither team reluctant to, both teams reluctant to clear their own bases because, you know, for fear, like, what if we let a runner get out? It could be the end of it. But Dosu and Franks has nothing to lose. Chain trying to self-cover, 20 health. Gets the kill there. Runs to the flag carrier, who comes back up. Open the gate. Gotta open the gate for your carrier. And oh my god, what a play. What a play from Chain. Oh my god, not only self-covers himself, but takes on the flag carrier who steps to him, wants to square up with Chain. Member of Dosu and Franks, 2-1 now in their favor. What a play. Something unlikely to be seen repeat again. Nerves of steel and a very accurate double barrel shotgun.
Ice in his veins, Chain dude. What a play. And what cover from Dosu to open that up and let him score, and Chain covered himself, did the rest. Wonderful team play by Dosu and friends.
And that could be the kind of, I mean, let's not pretend that doesn't hurt Domain's morale. They were hoping to close it out this round. Now the pressure's on them to do so, to not let it go to round 5. Even though it will be on their own home field if this score line remains the same. Legion getting blasted, 6 health, and it gets returned, a last-second return from Chain, who's doing immense amounts of work for his team this round.
This is all over the field, Chain. This is his round. Great individual effort so far.
And pressure is mounting on Domain because as we mentioned, they could tie this round and it'll go to round 5. So if Domain wants to close this out, they have to score 2 flags within 3 minutes now.
Legion, unfortunately, on that run, he missed that armor, so as soon as he got out to mid, he just got cut down immediately.
Yeah, so it's looking less and less likely that Domain is going to be able to end it this game, but, you know, you never know. We've seen back-to-back scores before. In fact, Domain has been very capable of doing it, but they need to get their head in the game if they want to end it on round 4. Ty is out, 27 health, but can't drop X-Wiz. X-Wiz instead drops Ty.
continuing that good mid cover. X-Wiz is, again, all over the field. Ty seems to be able to get good runs out. Not that time, though.
A lot of the offensive runs that we're seeing right now are coming from Domain. We're not seeing a ton come from Dosu and Franks. I think Domain is probably shoring up their frag power at mid. Nexus playing kind of a chase defense. Legion with 10 health. It gets dropped. Can it get picked up? It gets dropped again and returned. Excellent return from X-Wiz.
Now, I would love to see Dosu and friends get some offensive pressure here. But he did not sit on the break.
Shane's at his team's gate. Oh, wait, no, he's at the other enemy team's gate. I don't know what colors mean anymore. Shane waiting for what exactly? He's just, I don't know if he's trying to burn time. And that is a strategy we've seen from many teams. And it could be just as simple as trying to take the defender away from the main base. A valid strategy in and of itself. And it may pay off right here. 25 health, though, not a whole lot to speak of. Needs the covers from his team. Flags dropped. It could be returned or picked up. It got returned.
Yeah, Chain with his hand in the cookie jar there. A little too long. I think he was waiting for the items to respawn, the armor there. But he unfortunately got sniffed out before that could happen.
Yeah, less than a minute. It is on Domain to try to reverse the momentum here. We're having... If this scoreline maintains the way it is, we'll see one win for each team on each other's home field. That's not something you see too often. A very even quarterfinal matchup so far.
Yeah, some good Doom being played, and it looks like we're about to see some more Doom being played.
Shane with maybe the last run for Dosu and Franks, 15 seconds, that would be just enough. He needs to start moving, and moving now. He's got one run left, but he's going to elect to burn down time to make sure that Dosu and Franks may have, and at this point, there's no run possible. It'll be round 4 going to Dosu and Franks. We have a tied series so far going into round 5.
2-2 going around 5. We might see extra rounds, or we might see who's going to be the hero of the quarterfinal round. This next round.
Man, well, okay. So how the playoffs work? For everyone who doesn't know our matchup, the top seed, the boys in blue, we play their map for rounds 1 and 2. The lower seed plays rounds 3 and 4 on their home field, and then it alternates one map at a time from round 5 onward until we have a winner, which means we'll be seeing Map 1, Redshift, coming up in round 5. Back to Domain's home field.
Yeah, this is, I mean, obviously momentum is Dosu and friends. You know, that they had the momentum going into this round 5. They won a map on this map. They won a round on this map, rather, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, both teams have one round each on each other's home field. So really going into round 5, we really have no idea what to expect. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I'm sure there are nerves as we're in the final round of regulation. Anything can happen. If we get a tie result here, it's going to go to round 6.
Yep, it'll go back to infection in the case of a round 6. So it's Dosu and friends' home field.
Legion's out, but it gets returned. I mean, both teams going to play pretty cautiously, I would imagine, to start off round 5. Momentum matters.
Another trend I'm seeing is that Dosu and friends are still dominating the blue armor. That's going to be a huge catalyst if they can squeak out this dub here.
Yeah, imagine if it all comes down to blue armor control. These teams are so evenly matched up that power-up control could be the difference between a win and a loss, a semi-final berth, and going home. Chain is out with blue armor, has one to beat, and he's got teammates that are dropping them like flies, and that is early. That's first blood. That's an early capture for Dosu and friends. Going into round 5, 1-0. If there's a time to get excited, it's now.
Yeah, that was a great run by Chain, having almost a 200-100 on that run. Good way to cement yourself a win. As Legion comes out, though.
Legion with 0 health, and the flag's returned. I mean, I actually thought that it might have gotten picked up there, but Legion was able to get it across once. He'll be able to do it again. Chain out up top, and flag returned.
The team's not willing to overextend their boundaries here. We're seeing a lot of glue, our team players gluing to their position. Like 2 people retreating for Chain in the Domain base. They're terrified of him running out with the flag.
And Legion now, the offensive player for Domain, 5 health and a dream. It gets returned before his team can come up and cover him. They need to be forward. They need to be clearing them as Legion comes out of the base. A task easier said than done. 2 players now for Domain. Legion not looking for his runner, instead trying to clear to the side, but is not in a position to pick up the flag from Ty as Ty loses his one-on-one. Chain, meanwhile, has blue armor, has some health, needs more coverage. He doesn't have a whole ton of health there. They need the flag returned. And it's a mutual return on the edge of the pedestal for Dosu and friends. An excellent return from Domain to keep it from going 2-0.
Man, what a return. Left at the altar by Domain. You'll love to see it.
But as we've been talking, we're already 3 minutes into this round, 1-0. Pressure's starting to mount on Domain. They have to have a response to this early capture, at least get some momentum, get to knock Dosu and Franks off kilter, and they're not able to as of yet, but there's still plenty of game left to go. Chain with 35 health and mega armor. He's being chased. It's up to his team to stop it, and they're not able to. Nexus with a return as Chain respawns, unable to get to the flag in time. But again, as I've said 100 times before, if they're able to get it to that point, they'll likely be able to do it again. What is Domain going to be able to do to stop that from happening? Legion out. 1 health? Nope, more like 0. Flag returned.
Yeah, these runs are really, really close. And still, Dosu and friends, they're picking up just about every blue armor that I'm seeing. That's going to be a huge advantage for them. Just denying it from Dosu, even from Domain.
Yeah, even the denial of blue armor is strategically important and worth mentioning, because that means they are not able to mount their own offense. They're not even able to use it for mid. X-Wiz is out. He took the teleporter route up top and does not get blasted through the bars like I initially thought was going to happen. 2-0 for Dosu and Franks. Pressure is mounting on Domain right now. We're halfway into the 5th round. Are we going to see an upset for the first time this quarterfinals?
Looking that way. Chain's got a good run here, too. Gets blocked,
though. Gets blocked! And Legion with a return. Good positioning from Legion allowed him to take advantage of that teammate blocking Chain. But they're still up 2-0. They have to get flags. And neither carrier looking like they're long for this world. Chain unable to get out of the base, delaying the defender from going out through mid. Which, you know, sometimes that's a pretty good decision all on its own.
Always nice to keep 1 or 2 people busy while your teammates set up on the other side. For sure.
Nexus can't get past the entryway of Redshift. Oh, goodness. Oh, I think Nexus might be lagging a little bit, or... Nope, that's not on my side. But
yeah, I'm not sure if
he might have recovered from that.
Yeah, it looks like it was just temporary. Well, now he has 700 ping, so maybe I'm wrong.
A little hiccup, you know, we have players from all around the world, and Otomex does a pretty awesome job of smoothing things out. Unfortunately, hiccups in 6 players net play is to be expected, considering we have players from all over the planet coming together to enjoy Doom 2 CTF.
3.5 minutes, the panic has to start setting in for Domain. They're down two flags, which is no easy task to come back from on a map such as this.
Good return from Dosu to make sure that that flag does not just fall into enemy hands from someone who walks up to the edge up top there and run out scot-free. Chain with another blue armor pickup. He goes down right afterwards, but again, denies it to Domain, who seems to not be able to get a whole lot of traction so far. 3 minutes left. It's do or die for Domain right now.
Yeah, Chain seems to be attracting 2 people back on defense every time he grabs.
X-Wiz also facing the wall again. Brother, if you're gonna cover yourself, you can't be facing the wall.
X-Wiz not successful in the flag runs, but he has been providing good cover for his team, especially for Chain during these runs.
And something to be said, too, for players who will take advantage of a cleared base. Oh, you could even grab that through the other side of the bars, too. Chain with green armor. It's not blue, but it's still a 33% damage reduction. We see the other carrier on the other side. Runs into mid, and Chain is dropped by Ty. Excellent return from the team captain of Domain.
Yeah, unfortunately, Chain had to run to the meat mixer there in mid. Didn't go his way, but this run looks pretty good.
The meat mixer.
The meat grinder, I guess.
Chain out with mega armor and 50 health. Ooh. Coverage not entirely there, but dude. Pretty close one. I mean, that blue armor control is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal? We're inventing new words here on the World Doom League stream. 1 minute 30 left. Oh, what is Domain going to do here, Blair?
Well, they're going to need to start getting some offensive pressure, but Chain looking to dagger them.
Oh my god, that's 3-0 for Dosu and Franks. 2 health and that blue armor helped secure another flag for Dosu and Franks in the 11th hour, the 5th round. This is a phenomenal job from Dosu and Franks so far. Domain has to score flag after flag after flag right now. They have to do it right now.
Yep, and there's only one more blue armor that's going to be up. It's the only resource they'll have.
And I believe at this point there may not be enough time, even if every member of Domain is seated on top of the pedestal and every runner can make it all the way over. I think we'll be looking up, but hey, you know, Legion is at least able to put them on the board. Are we going to see a wild comeback? Or is this going to be the end of Domain's playoff run? And it looks like it's going to be the Domain's end. Because there's simply no way, time-wise, for Domain to come back from this. Dosu and friends. Chain really carrying this team, to be honest with you, Blair.
I mean, some great runs from Chain, and also great support from X-Wiz, and of course you got Dosu in the back end, holding things down, and Dosu and friends, our 6th seed team beats the 3rd seed team, Domain. 3-2 is the total round score. What a great game, Xenaero.
Ooh, and we are glad to have you with us here, Blair, for the end of that quarterfinals matchup. Dosu and friends, the upset, the lower seed coming into this, vanquishing Domain in a 5-round slugfest. And that'll be the end of Domain's run. Dosu and friends will move on to face Team Onslaught, captained by Dastin, in the semifinals. And I mean, what can we ask for in a doubleheader than an upset?
Yeah, I mean, just a terrific game. I mean, just very well played from both teams. Dosu and friends, you know, they had a rough start to the beginning of the season. They found out what they needed to do middle of the season. And, you know, they came out, they executed. Just terrific by them.
Well, and that'll do it for our doubleheader broadcast. Thank you for joining us today. I am Xenaero, and joining me is KBlair, who we saw in the first part of this doubleheader, the Superchargers and Techno Vikings. If you missed that game, that is going to be going up on our YouTube account, the World Doom League YouTube account. And Blair, thank you for sharing this upset with us.
Thanks for having me, Xenaero.
And thank you to all the viewers at home for your support, your dedication, and most of all, your precious time on this Sunday. We'll be back next week for the semifinal matchups, two of which, well, there's only two, but both of which should be excellent games. Stay tuned for more best of 5 matchups next week. This is Xenaero signing off.